Hi, friends. We're back. Little bit of a tough time getting this stream started today. Some technical difficulties, but I think we got all figured it out. Welcome. It's our Team Up Tuesday where I help new players of Spellbreak learn things about the games, but we're just gonna also, I mean, we kind of always do that when we play Spellbreak, so if you have any questions, though, definitely let us know in chat. If you're new here, welcome. Working to create a happy little gaming community together that's fun, supportive, inclusive, non toxic, kind, all these wonderful things. So if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification button to know when we go live together. And also, if you could, hit the like button, the thumbs up. It really helps let others know about what we've got going on here. Let me check. We've got our settings all right. We're gonna start off in the Clash game mode as we often do. It's a great game mode, especially for beginner players, because you respawn when you get exiled or killed with all your loot and everything. So it's a great way to get in a lot of combat practice and learn all the movement and elemental interactions and all that stuff about the game that make it so wonderful, but also kind of complicated for new players. But Clash is a great way to do it. So again, to get into Clash, just click here where it says game mode. By default, that'll be solo or squads. I'm not sure what it defaults to, but you just click on that and then go over to Clash, tap in, get started. On this screen, we pick our class. There's 6 of them. There's a new one coming probably at the end of this chapter in like the first or second week of March. But right now, we've got 6 classes and 6 gauntlets. It's Pyromancer, which is fire, Frostborn, which is ice, Tempest, which is wind, Stone Shaper, which is stone, earth, Toxicologist, which is poison, and Conduit, which is like lightning. So let's start out with we'll start out with Tempest. That's what I've personally been playing the most inside of Clash. I'm trying to get it leveled up to 14. So there's a few different ways you can level up all the different gauntlets and classes, and there's a lot of different ways, like different types of progression in the game, basically. So you have like an overall mage rank, which goes from 1 to 100 right now. And then each of your gauntlet classes have their own. Oh, you know what? It's fine. We'll try to remember to change it. I was recording some clips for like a longer form edited video that I'm making. And I had changed to this afterglow. And it I apparently still have it on. Not normally what I play with. This one is cool, but it's like very, very large and very, very pink. So I feel like it just draws people's attention right to you. So in the Clash game mode, the map is split in half. You're always the blue team, and the enemies are always the red team. You pick a portal. I usually suggest, and my teammates kind of followed me to this portal here, but I usually suggest spreading out a little bit from your teammates. So because the map is split, you're not going to, the chance of someone like hot dropping on your head and you needing to be close to your teammates is pretty low. Every once in a while, someone will come hot drop on your head if you land close to zone. But usually not. So we're just looting here. You can hold, so you automatically get the common version. Actually keep that frost. We'll let them have the shadow step if they want it. So you automatically get a common version of your class gauntlet. And then you need to find an offhand gauntlet. And then a rune, which is the thing in the center, which gives you different movement or other abilities that you can trigger. And then you can see at the bottom there, they have a cooldown time. And the other items you need to pick up, you can see in the lower left, an amulet, which restores your mana, which is instead of ammo in this game, you have constantly regenerating ammo. And then a belt, which you need. If you don't find a belt, you have no shields at all, so you have to find a belt. So I just got a purple one. And then boots make you move faster. We will pick up this fire. And then those scrolls that we read, we can explain it a little bit more later as we go. But on the right-hand side, you see like a shield. Those are your inventory slots where there's those 2 shields. So those are consumables that you can charge up. Above that, though, are your talents. So you can pick those before you load into the match. And they're kind of different passive abilities or buffs that you can choose and like create your own unique build. So it's one of the really interesting gameplay mechanics that's pretty different from most other online like multiplayer battle royale combat type games like this. With the scrolls that you get, you see the 3 dots around the talents, and those make it so you can level them up. And if you're playing on console, you hit up, you can see on this screen what the different talents that we selected do. So focus mana with at least 80% mana left in your bar there, your spell damage is buffed by 15%. Fervor, your spell cast speed, I think by default that's 15%, is gone up to 18 because we got one of those scrolls. And then recovery on health damage, so your health regenerates when you're damaged by 35%, and then right now it's 8%, but that goes up or down depending if you have different amounts of scrolls. I think it's 12 or 15 seconds by default if you don't have any scrolls. These triangular things are new to the game this past week. They are called mysterious rifts, or they're also referred to as arcane rifts. You take them and they teleport you back into the sky in zone, like in whatever the next circle is. And you can only use them, one person on your squad, if you're in a squad, can use them and then they disappear. So like if you're trying to get away from an enemy, you could get to a rift and use it to escape to zone. They could still find another one somewhere close by and try to find you that way, but we'll swap to flight until we find something better. So the featherfall one shoots you up in the air. Kind of makes you like a sitting duck in the air, though. Especially for like the lightning and frost gauntlets, it's pretty easy with the range that they have to take you out with featherfall. Flight that I have now, they can also, because the movement pattern is pretty predictable unless you're trying to like wiggle your camera and movement around, it's pretty easy to get shot out of the sky that way too. So you definitely want to, here I can show you, if you're using flight, you want to do something like this where you're wiggling around while you go. Or I also often will just like kind of go in a circular pattern to like circle around enemies. This Tempest Wind class that I'm playing, you get a lot of movement. It is probably one of the more difficult classes to learn, so maybe not the best one for beginners. For beginners, I would probably suggest Pyromancer and Stone. We'll play a bunch of Pyromancer later. That's usually what I play inside of Battle Royale. So we'll play some Pyro later, show that off. Trying to get some interesting movement, get away from people while we're didn't really work that well in that case, but you know. Not sure why our teammate is just kind of standing there, but you know. Probably should have tried to get away. It's like 3 or 4 people from the other team all in one spot focusing me, so would be better to move away, maybe try to kite or entice one of them to follow me. They're still there. Let's throw some fireballs and maybe one will come. My wind gauntlet is not good at range, so when the damage falls off as it goes away from you. So it does quite a bit of damage. I think with the purple it's like 10 or 12, maybe more if I have the squall part unlocked, which is one of the other skills that unlock as you reach each different circle from the storm. Tucked away there, away from everybody. Grab another one of those scrolls. Person's trying to get away, try to follow on here. in. Sniped here. They knocked them out. They did it. Got the other guy too. Shoot. Still getting sniped on here. Teamwork there. Taking them out. You know, or my teammate stole my kill, whichever. As you can see, so the tornado that I'm putting down there can suck up fire, toxic. Oh, see, I should have been trying to randomize my movement there. I got sniped out of the sky by frost. So the tornado will suck those elements in and turn into it and do the damage with those. So if it sucks in toxic, it will do the corrosion damage that toxic does. If it sucks in fire, it'll do ignite damage, which is like 4 damage for a few seconds. But it also will suck the other player in, so like I like to, when I'm running fire with it like this, put down my flame wall there. Oh man, getting shot, getting I like to put down my flame wall either inside of or near the tornado. It lights it on fire, and then it also holds the enemy there unless if they try to jump at all, it sucks them back in more. If they don't try to jump, it they can try to run away from it a little, but some more random movement here. Wait for my room and my tornado and stuff to recharge. So when it holds them in the flame wall like that, they're getting damage every, you know, second or whatever that they're inside the tornado. Or that they're inside the flame wall too, so flame wall does more damage than what the I'll take this dash instead of the you do get 2, there's no other healing potions or anything in this game mode. You do get 2 shield shards every time you get exiled and respawn. flame wall a little too far back there. Try to be a little bit more intentional with it. Oh man, got defeated. That is a very 20 exiles. I'm not sure who that was. Oh, that's it says Ice Fiend, so I assume they're the person that was sniping everyone. Definitely a warm-up game for us. Let's see here. Maybe we'll play a Conduit. Conduit is actually pretty good. Maybe I would add Conduit to my list of things that are really good for new players. Let's take a sec though to go through these different classes and describe a little bit more about them in this screen. So Pyromancer, you can see on the right hand that when you choose each of these as your main class, when you enter a match, you basically get extra kind of passive abilities and buffs with each of them. You can see those listed over on the right. So with Pyromancer, level 1, which is just you get it automatically right when you land in the match, is Combust. So on a direct hit with a fireball, you ignite the person on fire for 2 seconds, and then your fireball like hitbox radius is 200% bigger than it would be if you weren't, like if it was just your offhand gauntlet versus your main gauntlet. Level 2, so you get that once you arrive in this second storm circle, is Firefly. You're immune to your own flame wall, and then when you enter your flame wall, you fly forward for 2 seconds. Paralysis, your flame wall does 100% more damage and turns blue for 2 seconds when you put it down. And then the final one, when you get to the 4th storm circle, is Conflagration, which when your fireball hits something, a wall or the ground or anything, it will explode into 6 smaller fireball type things that they don't do direct fire damage, but they will ignite the person for I think the same 2 seconds as the first ability. Okay, we'll just go through all these real quick. So Frozen Alacrity, when you have ice as your class, level 1, when you shoot out your ice gauntlet, which is kind of like an arrow, it leaves an ice trail that you can skate on, and when you skate on that, you move 150% faster than you regularly would. So it gives you a lot of extra movement, ability to escape from people. So level 2, you get Icicle. So Icicle is like a huge deal like with Frostborn class to me anyways. So, and it got a little bit of a buff with the chapter 1 update. So you hover in air for 5 seconds. So when you are charging up your shot, you can jump in the air or use your rune or jump off a building, and you can hover in midair for 5 seconds to aim. It's also just really good if to like avoid maybe like a stone shaper or something, or like frost or toxic puddles that are on the ground, that type of thing. And then it also, while you're charging up your frost, any other enemy characters are going to be highlighted with a red outline around them, which makes it much easier to find them and keep track of them and kind of the chaos of some of the battles. And this is the last one, is the buff that this got. So when you fully charge your ice lands up to 100%, so I think it's like for a second or two, and you'll know because it'll stop charging. You basically don't use any mana at all for that shot. which is a big deal because the Ice Lance takes quite a bit of mana. It also, you'll see in the bottom right for the talents that I usually run the focus mana talent with that, and we'll go into the talents in a bit, but that basically means if you're not using any of your mana for your Ice Lance, that you're pretty much guaranteed that focus mana, which does extra damage. Third one is Tundra. So you are immune to damage while casting your sorcery Flash Freeze, which is like your secondary ability on the Frost Gauntlet. And then the Flash Freeze also lasts 100% longer, so twice as long. So basically you're invincible for, I think, the second or two, that maybe longer actually. It may actually be 3 seconds that you're in your Tundra, and there's like you turn into like an orange glowing person while you're immune and casting it. And last one, Ice Prism. You can overcharge your Frost Lance for an additional half a second for an additional 35% damage. So that combined with that focus mana thing we were talking about before, you can really do a lot of damage. You can do like, I think 120 plus damage with one snipe from the Ice Lance. Wind we just played, but we didn't go over these skills, so we'll do it really quick. Wind Surge, so that was, you saw we were using the wind gauntlet at the ground, and it was making us float up in the air basically and do wind jumps. So that's that one. Level 2, once you get to the second circle. Updraft, so your tornado, and I didn't do this too much in that last round. It's kind of, I tend to use my tornadoes more offensively. There's also a bug with this right now that's hopefully fixed in the upcoming patch. But basically, when you go into your tornado, it launches you up in the air, so you can see a lot more vertical movement. A lot of people play Frost as their offhand, and they use that time up in the air to aim their Frost shot. Level 3 skill is Squall, so when you're in the air at any time at all, you'll see, like, you actually would have seen in the last match, there's kind of like swirls of air, like what's going around the gauntlet that you're looking at now, but there's like 2 of them swirling around you when you jump off the air after you get this, and that means you have 20% increased damage on any spells, including your offhand. So like my fireballs, once I had that, were doing an extra 20% damage from what they normally would. It also reduces your incoming damage when you're up in the air by 10%, so it helps protect you too. Last one, Sudden Gust. When you're in the air, your sorcery cooldown speed, and I think it's for both your main and your offhand gauntlet, are reduced by 100%. So the more you're up in the air, the quicker your cooldowns are going to be, and the faster you're going to be able to put those back out there. Stone Shaper. Level 1 is Stone Skin, so you get a plus 20 armor. So you basically automatically, when you land, get 20 shield, and it's you can regenerate that shield by hitting the ground with your gauntlet. Each time you hit the ground, you get plus 5 shields basically. So it makes this a very like tanky class. Bedrock is when you cast your Stone Gauntlet, the main Stone Slam, if you're up in the air at all, you slam down really fast to the ground. So it just makes it so it just gives you a little bit more movement. There's not a lot of movement in the other skills on this class, so that's the only kind of movement buff that it has. Third one is Accretion, so when you throw your boulder, which is your secondary sorcery ability with this gauntlet, over time as it goes through the air, it gets bigger and bigger, bigger. So it like makes it easier to hit your target. And the last one is Avalanche, which gives you an extra boulder charge. It still has to charge up, so you still have a cooldown, but you can get 2 of them and throw 2 boulders at once. Be wrong on that cooldown, actually. I don't know that 100%. We'll play a game of Stone sometime here and see. Okay, Toxic, Viscosity, Toxic Spray. So with this, when you throw toxic down, it'll make a pool of toxic on the ground. And when your enemy stands in that, they'll stick in it and slow down for a few seconds, and it'll continue to do damage on them and eat away at their shields. Vanishing Mist, so you become immune to your own toxic clouds, which is the Gauntlet's secondary ability. And it will kind of shoot you forward in like a dash-like movement and make you invisible for 3 seconds. And that invisibility is important because look at the third skill here is Outbreak. So when you're invisible, you do 75% additional toxic spray damage. So you can go into your Vanishing Mist, disappear, become invisible, dash forward, and then use your Toxic Gauntlet, which is kind of like, it's very similar to like a shotgun in other games. Has a little bit of a different of a spread pattern than most shotguns, obviously, but so that's a huge advantage. And then last one, Spreading Sickness. Instead of just 1 toxic cloud, when you use your sorcery, you throw out 3. So it just gives you more. You can jump B3 and dash between those 3. Some people will throw it along an edge and use them to let them close a bunch of distance. That's a pretty advanced move, but yeah. Last one, Conduit, which is what I think we're going to play this round. Potential Energy. Your Lightning Bolt does +1 damage every time you shoot it until you stop casting, up to 5. So I think depending on the level of the gauntlet you have, the rarity of it or whatever, it does about 10 damage every time you hit. So then the first one will do 10, the second one will do 11, 12, 13, up to 15. So it really increases the amount of damage you do over time. If you can, this gauntlet is a little bit more like a assault rifle or machine gun type rifle. So it's good maybe for people come from other FPS or combat games like Fortnite or something. It'd be a good transition gauntlet as you're learning the other ones. Level 2 skill is Overload. So when you use your Lightning Strike sorcery, which is the secondary ability, you get 1 additional rune charge. So like we were using that flight, you would basically get 2 charges. And then the next time you use your Lightning Strike, you get another one. Actually, it says max 1, so you'd only get 1 extra one, but you still get an extra one. It gives you a lot of additional movement, or for some reason you're playing invisibility or something with this, or Chronomaster runes. It would give you a lot of extra flexibility with those too. Third ability is Power Surge. So when you do that Lightning Strike, and this is huge actually, you get 4 seconds of just an infinite mana pool. So you can cast your Lightning Strike basically, hit someone with it. I think it does like, I want to say like 30-ish damage depending on what kind of build you're running with the rest of things, and then you have 4 seconds to track and use your lightning spell on them, where you just have no mana cost for it all. So you can still continue to hold down the spell button and cast even more lightning after that. So it's a really powerful ability. And then finally, the very last one of all these, Secondary Strike. When you do your Lightning Strike, there's additional 4 lightning strikes that come down from the ground. So normally it's just one. So if someone gets in there and one lightning strike, if they're not running like the Harmony Talent or something, your enemy is going to get shocked and be kind of their ability to move away is going to be hindered. And something hitting them with this, they might be shocked and stuck in there for 4 whole strikes or 5 strikes. I'm not sure if it's 4 additional. Look, it seems like it is. That seems like that, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, so I won't go into all the talents yet. We'll play a match or two and then come back and go through these ones. But I will go through what I'm running here. So focus mana with at least 80% mana. Spell damage is buffed by 15%. Fervor spell cast speed is buffed by 15%. So each one of the lightning bolts that we're going to shoot out is going to be 15% faster. And then finally, recovery, which regenerates 35% of damage over time. So we'll dive in on Conduit, since one of our quests is to, I think, do a bunch of lightning strikes. 15 rune charges with lightning strikes. I wonder if they count while we're in the lobby here. Probably not, but we'll try. So you see, you can hold. That's actually a good tip too. If you're in the air, jumping off a building, or floating, or using a rune, you can hold here for up to 5 seconds before you cast. And you can also cancel that by hitting the your opposite spell button. So you can just use it to float up in the air. It's a good way to like make sure that you're placing it correctly, or a lot of people use it even for like just to help avoid people on the ground. Oh man, we didn't change our cloud burst here, or our afterglow thing that that we accidentally switched earlier. So we're still a giant pink floating blob here. That's okay. I have to remember next time though, because we'll probably play one more game of Clash after this, and we'll try Battle Royale. Definitely don't want it in Battle Royale. Gotta be sneaky. So you can see this, I'll just show this sorcery canceling thing. So I can hit that other spell button, and then I'll just fall without casting it, and then I'll lose my cooldown. Does hold carry some momentum. So you see I jumped and did it and still moved a little bit. That's much more important on the Frost. Because you get momentum also from your, we can't do it now, I mean when you're running the Frost class. You get momentum when you're running on those ice trails. I don't want this stone gauntlet, but we'll tag it for our teammates in case maybe they do. One of them found a purple belt. I think they're pretty far from me though. I don't know that I want to journey all the way over there just for a belt. I think I'll probably just loot here and hope I find one myself. So as you can see from us going through all those classes, there is a lot of depth to this game. You don't necessarily need to know it all first. I'm giving all the information just so you have it. But it is definitely, I mean, it's good to just go in and try to figure it out. I definitely suggest, and we'll go into this more when we go through all the different talent abilities, but I definitely suggest for new players to level up. Oh good, we found our own purple belt. Level up all 6 of the different classes to level 6. Because that will unlock all the different talent abilities. Some of them I think are more important and going to be more relevant, especially for new players, than others. I don't have, because I've already unlocked them, I don't have directly like which ones you unlock with what, but we'll go over what the different talents are, and then you can look on your own copy of the game and see what you want to level up first to unlock what. It's also just great to get some experience playing all the different gauntlets so you understand what they do, how the elemental interactions work for that one, and it'll just really help you be able to counter it when you face other people running that. So it's just good practice. Part of the reason other than to just switch things up, why I try to run different things. In Battle Royale, I do typically just run Pyro, unless I'm trying to complete quests, but it's what I'm most comfortable with. But I definitely run everything. There's an achievement to unlock to get 6 gauntlets up to level 14 each. So that I'm working on. That's like a long-term like trophy flex for I'm on PlayStation, but it is also in like the Steam and Epic versions of the game, I'm pretty sure. I know it's on Steam. I saw it when I logged in on Steam. Which I only did to try to, when the game came out on Steam, they were giving away like an exclusive outfit, but you had to log in using the Steam version. So I only have a Mac computer, so I had to like install like some kind of virtual machine software. It's very complicated way for me to get a free outfit in the game, but fun little project. The game ran horrible though, so I didn't I didn't actually like play in it. I played around in the practice lobby just to see how the performance was, but it was not great. My computer is a little old. I think it's like 5 or 6 years old, maybe older than that even. So still going strong though. Contemplating buying a gaming PC, and I also do a bunch of 3D modeling, and I'm doing more video stuff, so be useful for that too. Sitting here talking and not really paying attention to this person. Ouch. They seem sweaty. They seem real sweaty for Clash, especially. Clash is also, usually anyways, the more casual game mode. All the so there is a competitive scene for this game. It's mostly community driven. The developers have done some stuff to support the community in it, and all of them have the scroll, but I'll take the amulet. I needed a good necklace. It's also important in this lightning class to have a lot of mana. Even though you have that lightning strike makes you have unlimited mana, it's still more mana is better always. We have purple everything, so we don't really need to loot. I don't remember where we ran into those other folks. I think this way. It's pretty likely they have moved on now to the. Oh no, they're still there. Where someone is, anyways. Said we had all the loot, but we don't really. We'll read the scroll. Oh, shoot. I was gonna pick up that purple belt. As you see, when I shoot the that toxic cloud, it makes like a big electrical ball, shocking ball. But yeah, we need to use our lightning strike to get our quest complete. Lightning is not my favorite class to play or to play against, so I pretty much only play it now to complete quests. Try to do. Oh, there we go. It is 5 on that lightning strike. I was counting there. Teammates took my kill. That's okay. You see the range you still have with lightning though, like they were pretty far away and I'm still... There's no damage drop off or anything for lightning. It is harder to hit those shots that are further away, but... Use my couple of shield shards, get a little bit of a reset since I'm not running scavenging on this build. Close the gap here. Ouch, ouch. I don't know that that was worth it for that. wanted the gold legendary amulet. Person's just gonna sit up here and shoot lightning, so we'll do the same. And somebody snuck up us. Got us with toxic. That person is running the Chrono Master room, which lets you kind of rewind time. So you set a point in place in time, and then when you start it, and then I think it depends on the version you have of it, but I think it's like 3 to 5 seconds. You rewind back to that point, and it also rewinds your health and shields, so can be very tanky. Try to get away from this person or hide until I get my reset off. The Clash game mode is a little chaotic at times. It's very similar actually to the end games of Battle Royale matches, when there's a smaller storm circle and everyone's really close to each other. So it's good practice for that too. See, they had like almost full shields and how, but hit them with the lightning strike, got them with a good string of lightning damage, and you just see it's very melty. You can do a lot of damage in a pretty short amount of time. And if you have good aim, it's probably easier on PC than it is with a controller, even though there's some aim assist on controller. Definitely do a lot of damage. Okay, cool. We got our 15 charges. I have a Google Home thing. I heard okay cool and thought it was okay Google. So what that noise was? If you heard it, maybe you didn't hear it. A lot of assists, not a lot of actual exiles, but that's okay. Concentrating a little bit more here on explaining things than playing. we'll play one more clash with a different class, and then we'll go into Battle Royale. Trying to decide what to do here. Let's do Toxicologist. We'll do Stone Shaper and Pyromancer when we go into Battle Royale. Oh, we still didn't change here. Let's get out of here. As long as we're thinking about it and the lobby wasn't full, let's change our cosmetics before we... We'll keep this skin or outfit. See how big that is. You can't even really tell from my camera perspective in game, but playing against other people that I've seen use it, I know it's really big. So I like this one. So this is the default, this yellow sapphire purity. I like this one that's blue, so it's like a little different from everybody else, but it's not like a giant pink target on your back every time you move. After this one too, hopefully the well, maybe not quite, we'll be pretty close. This one or the next one, the shop should reset for the day, and then also the weekly story and honor quests will reset. So we'll go back in as Toxicologist. So the Toxicologist class is more like stealthy, sneaky, because of all that invisibility, increased damage that we were talking about earlier. So when you go, you can use the Shadow Step rune. It's like a dash with a... It doesn't carry momentum like the regular dash does, but you can jump forward, go invisible, and hit them with a couple toxic slaps. And since you make puddles with your toxic when you're running the class, they'll kind of get stuck in place. I can kind of show you there that, with my own character even. Get stuck in them, and then you can continue doing damage. Where are we here? Checking something on my computer and not paying attention to the game for a sec. We'll try to get this mana vault. Maybe we'll get a legendary toxic gauntlet. While that is getting ready for us to loot it, we'll hit some of these other little structures. See what else we can find. if we can remember the... We can remember where that mana vault was. I think it was on the upper left a little bit. Yeah, I think it's right there. What'd we get? Same epic frost that we've seen like 4 of. Some booties. A fierce necklace. So we'll take that shadow stab. So we didn't really go over our build too much last time, or did we? I don't remember, but we'll go over quickly what we're running here since it's a little bit different. This is the build that I run the most often in terms of talents on the upper right here. And if you're on console, you get to the screen by hitting up on the D-pad, and this is in the lower right here is your inventory. That's the only way you can drop things. And here on the left, you can see your teammates. You can mute them or block and report them if you need to, in case someone's being toxic, and not the toxic class, but toxic on voice chat or something. Definitely report them. Record video if you can, to send in to the developers. But anyways, back to our talent build. Runic Fluency gives you +1 rune charge and reduces your rune cooldown time by 7%, and then that goes up as you level it up with scrolls. I think it's less than that since by default, since we already have a scroll. Scavenging, when you exile an opponent, restores your health. And shields, so you get 35 health and shields over time, right? Oh no, wait, it's instant. It's recovery, which is the third one that we're running. We ran that one before. That one just regenerates your any damage you take up to a certain percentage of it over time. I think it's always 35%, and the time just changes as you level it up, so you get your health back faster. We'll take one of these. Shortcut to zone. See where we are. I still need a better toxic gauntlet. There's a lot of chests that I can see, or all these little white dots here. all chests. Nobody must have landed in this area, and nobody's made it here yet. So we'll continue looting here. So we did unlock that outbreak ability. So now when we're invisible, we do extra damage. So throw that down. You can see you dash ahead. You can use it a couple times usually before it runs away. Whoops, someone's here. Movement there, unfortunately. My teammate is shocking me. Stop it. Okay. Actually gonna grab this lightning instead of the... Oh, actually, I'll take this instead. Fire. Rather have fire. Fire interacts really well with toxic. So they combine to make what is called Dragon Fire, which is green flame. Does extra damage. And blow up your toxic cloud like that. Unfortunately, other people can also blow up your toxic cloud. So I'm troubles not with movement here. See, the play style for this one is very like up in your face, similar to what you would be like with a shotgun in other games like Fortnite or something. Use that shadow stab to reposition. Ooh, I got frozen. Legendary fire. You have to be careful about jumping in your own toxic puddles. They are still toxic to you. See, though, you want to get people stuck in them so then you can continue doing damage. A lot of people run that fervor ability that we used last time. Lightning, because it lets you throw out the toxic faster, so you can trap someone and then get 2 or 3 good toxic slaps in before they're able to do anything. So we're a little bit out of grab this. A little bit of ways from people, so get a quick reset off. Ooh. Ouch. You see the spray pattern here is very different from a shotgun. It's kind of like a vertical line. It also, unlike shotguns in a lot of games, doesn't really have, like, it doesn't continue really spreading out that much over time. Like, you can see it does spread out and you're likely to only hit a couple of the shots, but in terms of like the puddle damage, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I think they're running fervor, so then it kind of becomes a a damage per second DPS check. Who's gonna win that encounter? With fervor, they're gonna win no matter what. We're doing alright though. This is actually, we're doing better off in terms of exiles than we have the last couple games, so. See how quick people are to blow up the toxic clouds here though, especially in class. It's almost impossible to just use the toxic clouds the way you would other times in Clash, just because there's so much fire and AoE damage. I'll blow up my own ones there, do a little extra damage. I still have my common toxic gauntlet. Yuck. How did that happen? I don't know why that person's just sitting in the puddle, or in the clouds. Ouch. and also if your teammates are running Toxic even offhand, you can do Vanishing Mist in their clouds. But if it's the enemy's clouds, like you just saw there, it does still do damage to you. And no matter whose clouds they are, you will still get blown up if someone puts some fire nearby. Because you don't have like a limit on like distance to put down your puddles, it is useful like just for like information if you're in a battle. Probably more useful in Battle Royale than here, but to throw puddles out to kind of do a check on how much health and shields people have before you engage. So we're trying to do that at a distance there. And then, I mean, it's okay. Like, there are a lot of new players in Clash. I don't just want to, like, blow everyone up with Toxic, but it is kind of sad that I still just have the common Toxic Gauntlet. That should be an achievement unlock. Person and their lightning. I don't even see where they are. Like the third time they tried to lightning strike me. Did alright. We did alright. Especially for a common gauntlet the whole time. So you see there on the left-hand side on this screen, the different things you're leveling up as you're going through. So your class mastery, your mage rank, which is your overall level, and then the reputation at the bottom left is for the chapter pass. So I already completed it. I think that's a UI bug that it says 0 out of 0, but it only goes up to level 50. There's no like bonus levels or anything like in something like Fortnite. We're not quite. We got 5 more minutes till oops, didn't mean to go there. 5 more minutes till the store and the story and honor quest for the week unlock. We will hop into Battle Royale. Turn off crossplay. So I'm on PlayStation, PC players, and all the console versions by default right now above level 23. Above level 23, all play together in the same lobbies unless you turn off crossplay. It is pretty sweaty with crossplay on, so we'll ease our way into Battle Royale by turning off crossplay. You can do the same if you want. The non-crossplay lobbies tend to be a lot slower, at least player population wise. They tend to, I've been getting like 7 to 10-ish players most of the time. So I do typically run, actually I have the exact same talent build here in the lower right you can see as last game. And in Battle Royale, this is usually what I run, which is Pyromancer with toxic offhand so I can throw those dragon fire, throw the toxic lead down and make dragon fire bombs. Do a bunch of damage. Got 8 players in here. Match will probably start pretty soon. So anything below 42 players will automatically get filled up with bots. The matchmaking right now for Battle Royales is split at level 23 mage rank, so new players will be in their own separate lobbies so they can have some time to learn the game and not just get stomped on by veteran players. The bots that get put in the game are more difficult also above level 23, so more of a challenge even to take them out. I think they tuned them back down a little bit. They were when the bots first came out for the first few days, the new version of them, and they were like Terminators with like laser aim through trees. I think they tuned them down a little bit. It's not that bad. They're more just challenging. I did get killed by one yesterday, I think, though, so they're not easy, even for someone who's put hundreds of hours into the game, always. So... see, I can throw that toxic cloud through the flame wall and then it ignites it when it goes through, but it doesn't explode then until it lands or hits something. This Spring Step rune is my preferred rune out of everything in the game. It has a pretty low cooldown time. It gives you quite a bit of movement for such a low cooldown time. I like that it gives you a lot of verticality. On controller, I feel like it's a little easier than something like Dash. The Dash rune is really powerful, but it's probably most powerful in the hands of a PC player because they just have a lot more movement ability. I have the PlayStation back button attachments on my controller so that I can even do quite a bit more advanced movements with the dash and stuff than someone that doesn't have that. But even then, I mean, just watch PC players play and then go up against them in lobbies and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. Gotta remember I'm playing Battle Royale now. Get my head in the game. Nice. Belts, definitely important. Always, but especially early game in Battle Royale. I tend to try at least to land a bit away from people and loot up a little bit before engaging. Not the biggest fan of hot drops. Sometimes. Usually when a quest makes me lately, especially in crossplay lobbies. Otherwise, it just becomes a game loading simulator sometimes where you get blown up right away. I'm really looking forward to it. So there's a ranked mode called Leagues coming to the game soonish. I don't know. We're supposed to hear more in the next couple weeks. They said there's some kind of teaser for it in the next couple weeks, and then more by the end of February. So possible it's coming out with the launch of at the end of chapter 1, which should be like around March 9th. So that will help with all the sweatiness we were talking about earlier. They tried, so they'd done a few different versions of matchmaking. The first version that they launched with, I think, didn't work well in international servers where there's a much lower player population than North America. So they rolled it back and went to this level 23 split as kind of like a temporary stopgap. I think until the ranked mode comes out, but the matchmaking those first 2 days, at least in North America, was great. Like, it was the best experience that I've had playing this game since launch. Every battle royale match was like very fairly matched. Like, games were challenging, but they weren't like overwhelmingly sweaty. It did seem like when needed, console players would go against PC players, but that it wasn't like every single time. Because I had a few matches where I was up against like PC streamers that I follow and stuff, but now it's like, especially on NA East, is the sweatier of the two North America servers for sure. It's where all the competitive scrims are. This is a very quiet game. We're already on 16 people. I haven't seen a single person this whole time. Circle's closing, like I'm right in the middle of it. So should be some people. See what happens. See what happens. We did make it to that 4 o'clock time for Pacific for shop and new quests. Apparently, I've never tried to look and check for new quests in game when it hits that time. Apparently, you have to go back to the lobby for it, which I guess makes sense, but at least with the way they have all the quests and stuff set up in game. Don't really have the greatest loot here. Like, I would really much prefer a better... like, I might grab that stone, even though I prefer toxic. Want that? Just keep dash, I guess. Okay, I heard some toxic clouds getting thrown out. Try and peek around here. See where folks are at. Here's some wind. Where is everyone? There's some people there. They're fighting. So we'll, third party here. Sneak up on this person as they're... Got rid of one of them. The other one escaped, though. Oh, they're there. They have fortitude. The other one was a bot. I can tell by the name. Shoot, totally screwed that up. They are on the run. I'm gonna go back to where we downed that other person and check out the loot, because there was quite a bit of loot there. Yeah, I see a purple epic. Yeah, that was totally worth doing. Everything I don't have in my inventory that I wanted, basically. Ooh, even this. I'll definitely take that over the dash. Just narrowly missed that, they're still here somewhere, though. Oh, we need more shields down there. Going. So the fire gauntlet is more like a, kind of like a rocket launcher is what you could compare it to. So it's good at kind of a close to medium range. They're playing stone, so I want to stay up here on this higher level than them, because their stone doesn't climb up that rock, and like it won't climb up here if I stay on a different level than I'm here. Get off a shield reset. I'm okay disengaging there. I think that's actually a bot that was fighting. Maybe not, but it seemed kind of like one because it wasn't. if they had toxic, they probably should have like tried to get up on my level. They weren't. So grab some shields here. Storm is hurting. See more health pods somewhere here. No. Oh no. Oh, okay, our health is still going up some because we kind of pre-potted there. I hope these rifts stick around. So that's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if I ever finished that thought, but it's possible they were only here for last week's story quests. So they might go away now that after this match, but I guess it's encouraging that it's after 4 p.m. and they're still here, but ouch. They were trying to get a reset off, so maybe they'll let me get a reset off here. But that's okay, pick them out. There's still someone else on this other direction. Let's grab all the things, though. There's Toxic Cloud. I think people are fighting there. Someone just teleported. Oop. Someone's trying to cross snipe. See those conflag fireballs we were talking about earlier. They do also ignite the toxic stuff. Don't have very much shields. Shoot, shoot, shoot. This storm hurts. No. No. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Get out of here. Get out of here. Stuck on the window. Not sure where everyone is now. There's someone. At least got their fortitude off. Try to heal. Ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. Shoot. Oh man. Okay, they're pretty low actually. Can get some healing. Don't have any shields, unfortunately. Man, that sucks. There's 5 people in this tiny circle. Let's see what we were talking about earlier. The let's try to get some of these health pots off while they're all fighting up there. Ouch, ouch. That was a big mistake on my part. Just me and this last person. Not sure where they teleported to. Gotta go to heal off there. Try to get their fortitude gone. Cross shoot. GG's. See, so even that game was very sleepy towards the first half of it. Once we found everyone and all the bots were gone. Much more action-packed. And the end game is still exciting because usually I'll wait here first. I think you have to wait like a minute after the shop reset to give you one last chance to buy these other things if you wanted them and didn't get them. Just a new back bling. I don't know. There's been a lot of nature stuff, like nature gauntlet, plant gauntlet. It's practically confirmed, people, that people are silly and talking like that about water gauntlet. There's been a couple hints about a water gauntlet. But there's just a druid with leaves falling yesterday, and then today there's a flower. I don't know. Emote I don't have. I think I'm okay though. This one is cool, but has been in the shop a few times. Start match with talent. What does that mean? Not sure. So I actually have a bug for some reason in my version of the game where you're supposed to get dialogue and a story with some voiceover at the beginning of every week that explains stuff, and for some reason I haven't been getting it the last few weeks. Equip a talent before heading out into the HoloLands. Well, yeah, I've been doing that. Far too many breakers grow complacent with their talents. Make sure to experiment. See what works best for you. You may end up surprised. I mean, we always run talents. I guess maybe there's people that don't. Start match with a 3-point talent. We have a 3-point talent. We don't. Oops. Didn't mean to click into that. We'll go back. We'll go back. Probably gonna play, let's see. We'll play one more Battle Royale match. There is Jesse Kurlanchik, who is the game design director for Spellbreak, is doing a live stream on his Twitch channel. I want to go watch that. And I'm also working on a video about what I think the next gauntlet that they're going to add into the game at the end of the chapter is. That I need to work on some more. I was working on that a little bit earlier. Captured a bunch of footage for it. Gathered a bunch of other video stuff I need and like assets and stuff, but need to start putting it all together and get it out there. I feel like before somebody else takes the same idea. We'll back out here. Do we want to back out? I'm worried about missing this lobby and then I have to wait another like 4 minutes for a new one to start. See, this is what I've been getting instead of that introductory voiceover thing. And then you see in the bottom, I get a weird bug too. So hopefully there's a patch in the next day or two. Jesse Kurlanchik, the design director that I mentioned for the game, does a daily update on Twitter where he let's see, what do we want to run? Fervor? Maybe? I've never actually run Focus Mana Fervor on Pyro, so I guess we'll try it. Let's hope we meet that lobby now. One sec. I did miss the lobby. Bummer. That's okay. Okay. Don't really need scrolls for the lobby. While we wait. I do really like, especially in solo battle royale, I do like running the scavenger talent, the one that gives you health back when you exile people, especially so in solos, as soon as you exile them, you automatically get back that health. So it really helps conserve your consumable potions and shields. I definitely ran out of shields in that last match. Nobody had any shields, even pretty early on when when we ran into that part by the cathedral that had all the like piles of loot from people that were exiled. There was, I think, one little thing of shields there, maybe. So this might hurt not having scavenge in squads. It is still useful in squads, but in squads and duos, when you're running scavenging, you have to be the one to actually fully exile the orb that people go into before you get the healing and shields. So it's a little bit less useful. You have to be a little bit more thirsty in like fully exiling people rather than like continuing to fight to wipe out their full squad or duo in order to get the healing. Can still do it though. It's being thirsty like that for orbs is useful sometimes too. It helps draw their teammates often because they will then like spam markers or danger or whatever when you're thirsting them, which usually draws their teammate to try to at least hit you. Okay, so we need to read 9 scrolls, fully upgrade all 3 talents, start a match with a 3-point talent. Well, we did that. And we didn't get a credit for it? How rude. Oh man, I'm not paying attention to where I'm going in the game. That's okay. This was Sawtooth Mountain is where I used to land like almost every single match. Okay, there we go. We got it. We had to actually like fully land in the game. Some decent gear. Uh oh, someone's here. Don't take that toxic. Don't take that toxic. This knowledge potion. Where'd they go? Down here. Ouch. There we go. Just need to hit a few fireworks. Is that from someone else or was that from them? Not sure. Okay. We have a belt, but we just don't have any armor left in it. So we'll use these shields. Hopefully we don't run out of them this time. actually. Yeah, I'll do that. Do that. That? I'm not sure what I'm trying to like make sure I have enough shields. Oh man, still have this basic rune. It should be better than that though. One more fireball. There we go. We'll grab their dash. Refill our shields again. Man, not having scavenging is rough. Oh, probably should actually use this one. There we go. Grab these smalls. Nice. Some good loot here. I think those were bots though. Look at the name there. Regular human wizard. So the bots are all 2 or 3 word that are all like camel case like that. Real estate shake and bake 99. I think that's a real person though. They don't usually, the bots don't usually end in numbers. But you can see there's quite a few bots around. So we started talking about dash earlier when we were running something else, but we didn't finish talking about it. So dash, by default, you just move forward a little bit, but it holds momentum that we were talking about before. So I can hold my levitate button and then continue to move at the end of it. So dash and then levitate out of it, and then you get a lot more movement out of it. Not sure where this person went. They were up there. I see someone over there. I think I was in the circle the whole time, so other people kind of might be rotating from all the outer edges of the map. Let's see, so we're on the edge here, but it's the edge everyone's coming from. Maybe we'll try to rotate up this way. Which is kind of where we started out, but that's okay. There's a bunch of loot down here. I don't think we saw this loot before. Let's see if we can get a better... Ooh. Take that. So the knowledge potions give you an extra charge, 2 charges on your rune, and an extra 2 charges on both of your sorceries. So you see you have 3 toxic clouds and 3 firewalls now. So super useful. Depending on how effectively use them, honestly, it's a little bit like overpowered. Competitive, like the people that play in tournaments and stuff, like are hoping that in the ranked leagues mode that they take that out, because of at least that ranked mode, because it can really screw up their end game matches. Because whoever is, then it just becomes whoever finds those. I wish I would have found a gold belt instead of gold boots. Gold belt way more useful than gold boots. Be sneaky here. Although, most likely, if someone was anywhere, they would be up in these towers sniping right now. Ooh, nice. Purple fire. So this movement that I can do with dash, like I couldn't really do that without the back button attachments that I have on console or on controller. Even if you're on PC, you can play with controller, but without back buttons, you wouldn't be able to do that unless you use like a claw grip, or if you change to one of the alternative button layouts where you can push both your rune charge and your jump and levitate buttons at the same time, and then also still move your camera right joystick. So with the PS4 back buttons, you can do that. So you can do things like that circle dash. You can kind of do like the squiggle dash that you see a lot of the high-end competitive PC players do. So I don't want to just jump right into the fray here, so we'll kind of hug the storm. Ooh, legendary for both my gauntlets. I will take those. Ouch, though, that cut is lightning. Shield reset off. There's two people there, so they will hopefully end up engaging each other and get this reset off. Ouch, went right into his dragonfire. There's still another person somewhere here. Probably hiding. Ouch, I need to reset so bad. Try to disengage if I can. Or just take him out. That's the other option. Ouch. Oh, no, I fell in the fracture. That sucks. So had no I was out of mana, so I couldn't levitate. And you know, also disadvantage of playing on console or with controllers, that you can't flick, so a PC player with mouse can flick up and move their vertical like move their camera vertically a lot faster, so they could have looked up and then dashed up, but just can't do that on controller. It's a bummer. Oh well. So I think with that fantastic ending, we'll leave things there for today. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun hanging out. If you're new to Spellbreak, I hope you learned a lot. I do these streams for new players I've been doing them every Tuesday for the Team Up Tuesday events that the games community team runs. So this is my little version of doing that. But I stream Spellbreak 2 or 3 days a week usually. And then I'm a variety streamer other than that, so playing quite a few different games. I've been playing some Super Mario Galaxy. I've been playing some Animal Crossing. I've been playing some Stardew Valley, some Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. So, if there's a game that you'd like to see me play, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other feedback for me, I'm new to streaming. I've been doing it only for about the last month or so. So I know I still have a lot of learning and growing to do, but if there's a cool idea or something you'd like to see in the stream, definitely let me know. That or any other feedback. I urge you in the comments to be kind, both to me and anyone else, though. I think we could all use a little more kindness in the world. And that's really the goal of what I'm doing here, is trying to create a happy little gaming community that's fun, inclusive, supportive, non-toxic. We'll throw kind in there too. So yeah, if that sounds good to you, join our little community by hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button while you're at it to get notified when we go live. Typically that's 2 or 3 p.m. on the Pacific on the West Coast, which is 5 or 6 p.m. On the East Coast of the US. Do a little time zone math there in my head. Yeah. Sometimes if I'm not able to do an afternoon stream, I'll do an evening or late night stream instead. So definitely hit that bell button to know when. Yeah, and I'd really appreciate it also if you could hit that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm know that you enjoy the content and will help them spread it to other people. Let's all spread happiness and rainbows and sunshine together. Anyways, I hope you have a good one. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye.